Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Divine Libra Wisdom. I'm back again with another pick-a-pile reading. This time we're tapping into the new moon in Virgo energy that's transpiring today, or happening today rather. I don't think it's transpiring. So yeah, we're tapping into that energy, just kind of looking at what we might need to know. But to give a little brief overview of what the new moon in Virgo means, it's about, well, what do you think about when you think about Virgo? Virgo is very analytical, very meticulous. They can be very practical, down to earth. It's all about like refining things, revising. Also, there can be some disruptions as well because Mercury rules Virgo. So this is all about like communication, that type of thing. And we just came out of Mercury retrograde. I can't remember if we're still in the Mercury retrograde shadow period, even though it's over. Still, there could be some issues with our communication, as you just saw a few minutes ago or a second ago. But yeah, it's just basically being mindful of how you say things, what you say. Also, you could be focusing on different, like your routines, that type of thing, daily routines to be exact, and how, you're functioning with that, if things are working for you or if they're not. Yeah, that's what we will be focusing on. I know even for myself, I've been kind of focused on that for myself. So, and what else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Yeah, oh yeah, attention to detail. Virgos that is their one of their things, especially with the analytics and the analysis of things, being critical of things, but they are the sign that looks at the fine details, and they are going to go over and find the things that most people would overlook. Okay, so a lot of us are probably going to be in that energy or in that space. I hate when stuff is on my shirt. It bothers me. That's another little Virgo thing, is like nitpicky, wanting things to be perfect and that type of thing. So yeah, I have it honest. I don't have Virgo necessarily in my chart, the sign itself, but I do have Mercury, what we all do, in my chart. So my Mercury is in Libra, and to me, being a Libra myself, sun sign, and also having Libra in my Mercury, I feel like Libras can also be, especially since we're so close to Virgo, we're like right next to Virgo, and so, or we're in between Virgo and Scorpio. So I feel like Libra can kind of take on some of those Virgo traits of being meticulous and or paying attention to details, because we're all about like the aesthetics of things. Take for instance like a picture being on the wall. If we see that it's off a bit, we're gonna fix it. We're going to want to fix it. We're going to want to anything off or like a hair out of place, we're gonna want to fix it. So that could be like a lot of the energy surrounding ourselves right now. And even to the start of this video, before I even started, I was getting things together and making sure I had my stuff right and how I wanted it and all that good stuff. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, let me get all of my other personal things out of the way. I will have more of these pick-a-pile readings, so definitely consider subscribing to the channel so that you are aware of when I drop new videos, which new will be coming soon. As I mentioned before, in a previous video, or my previous videos, I'm going to start doing weekly vibe check-ins or weekly readings for the suns, or the signs of Libra, Cancer, and Taurus. Those are my 3 major placements, and I wanted to just give some extra love to those placements. So that's what I'll be doing. So look forward to that. And again, I have more readings and more things that I plan to do coming up. Just my way of giving out support, and because I love doing these readings. They're fun for me. And I also like to see and tap into the energies to see what's going on with the collective as well. And I consider myself a part of the collective, even though I am doing the reading. But I feel like some of the messages can hit home for me as well. Because sometimes when you're not necessarily focused on yourself, but others, you can find messages in there for you as well. Okay. So yeah, definitely subscribe. Okay. Like the video as you're listening along. What else? Leave me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know that you are enjoying it, the reading, if it's resonating, how it's resonating, if you feel comfortable doing so, and share the video if you feel so inclined to do so and you think someone may benefit from this reading. Okay. I also will have a all signs reading. I need to do more of those, just so you know, so that all the signs don't feel left out. But special attention is going to be given to those 3 placements because for one, those elements are the ones that sort of watch a lot of my videos, as well, or those are my most watched videos. Those like air, earth, and water signs seem to get the most views, as well as on the other platforms that I post on when it comes to my reading. So that's what I'm also going by. But if things change, then I may, add, another sign, whichever sign that gets the most views, or what element or whatever, I will maybe add that in. What else? Yeah, like I always state, sorry this is such a long intro, but I'm just trying to make sure I go cover everything, which again is a very Virgo thing. Yeah, the cards that I'm using, the decks or whatever, it will be down in the description box. If you want to book a personal reading with me and you like the way I read, very affordable, hit me up. You have to email me and I can give you my prices and all those things, but I will never reach out to you to give you readings, because I will not read for free. That is only reserved for friends and family. Okay. So yeah, if someone is pretending to be me, I know I'm a fairly new creator when it comes to this, but I will not, that is not me. That's someone pretending to be me. Okay. So yeah. All right. Sorry, hold on. Ooh, sorry about that. Okay, so you should have major decision when it came to pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. So pile 1 is the hand, pile 2 is the eye, and pile 3 is the alchemy symbol, or alchemical symbol, if that makes sense. Yeah, so you should have picked your pile, but if you feel drawn to more than one, go with your intuition, your gut, and just, listen, or you can listen to all 3, whichever best suits you. Okay. All right, so we're gonna start with pile 1. There we go. I just like to try to have the cards in the frame. Even if it can't be seen clearly, I like to have it in the frame. Okay. Sorry for all the delays. Anyway, so pile number 1. So with the hand card or hand symbol on the back of this card here, it made me think of the right hand path, right? So that is like having order, harmony. It's all about like the higher power, clarity, you know, like moral code, ethics, and karma, reincarnation, that type of thing. It surrounds those types of ideals when it comes to the right hand path. And so for this new moon, there could be particular like emphasis on these ideals. This could be something that you're really thinking about when it comes to, you know, are you, you know, what your moral compass or what your ethics are. You know, you could be strongly thinking about karma, pile number 1. You could be also thinking about like a higher power. You could, I'm also getting this sense of people thinking about like, not to be morbid, but they could be thinking about, you know, death and how it, you know, what happens after death, especially with like reincarnation there. But this could be something that's heavily on your mind, as well as like the impact that you've made or will make when it comes to leaving your mark on the world. So this could only be like for a few of you, okay? So we're gonna get into the cards here. Hold on. I am so meticulous. It's just I am very this is very like Virgo stuff. Just being like super meticulous. Okay, and I need to find something. There we go. Okay, so first card out is the Ten of Air. It's backwards, but still. Okay, so with the Ten of Air, this says the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. So what's really standing out to me is the end of a difficult situation and embrace the change. So with this new moon, pile number 1, a lot of you could be getting ready to, like a situation has just ended and you're getting ready to go into a new one. Because it says and expect things to get better now. So yeah, I really feel like you're coming out of a situation that may have kept you extremely, like, I don't know why I'm hearing the word lethargic, but yeah, it could have just felt like you were stuck. Also seeing quicksand, or hearing quicksand and seeing quicksand, someone like being in quicksand and like sinking. I don't know why I'm seeing that, but that's what I get. But it could feel like whatever was, you know, bothering you or whatever happened in the past was making you feel stuck, like you couldn't move, if that makes sense. All right. And in the card here, the Ten of Air, that would be like the Ten of Swords in the original tarot. There's several unicorns here on the card, but with this one, I think that's a unicorn. Yeah, unicorn that's kind of like off, kind of facing away. I feel like this is my pile number ones. You could have had like a lot of, for some reason I get like falling out with friends. Maybe that could have been the end of a difficult situation. Maybe you fell out with some friends, and maybe you all are trying to figure out if you want to like reconcile the friendships, or this kind of also makes me think of several people like being in your ear about certain things. Because down there it says recovering from an addiction. I don't really get a sense of that necessarily, but if it is that, even if it's just like a few of you, maybe that's someone intervening, and you know, they intervene right in the nick of time, and it helps you to get on the right path, right hand path. So this could also be like someone stepping in, or several someones. Could be family, because of course all these unicorns are kind of surrounding this one unicorn that's like facing away. This could be like an intervention, and the intervention helps, or you and several other people could be intervening with a friend, or one friend in the friend group, helping them. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, either way, whatever is happening here with the Ten of Air is helping this one sort of lone unicorn to get on the path of recovery. Okay. All right. So then we have King of Fire, and this is motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic. And this says focus, 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 communicate with vision, and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. So I feel like how this ties in is just that you could be called to be a leader for yourself or for others. Someone could be like, you could either be self-appointed, or someone is appointing you to be a leader, and you're getting support from someone who's another creative, or someone who can kind of step in and sort of help guide you, even though you are, you know, being called to be the leader. They're sort of helping you to get clear on your path, if that makes sense. But it's also interesting that focus is the first thing, as well as communicate. Again, like I said, that's very Virgo-ish, because again, Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. So there could be like a big emphasis on, you know, focusing, fleshing things out, you know, deep diving into things, especially like when it comes to like your communication, and being a leader. You could be having to, you know, make calls, have what is it called, staff meetings, to give out a lot of directives, that sort of thing. Let's see, am I getting anything else? Communicate, and I see motivational and charismatic. That could be motivational speaking as well. Yeah, that could be something that you're being called to do. Okay. Then we have the Sun, Archangel Uriel, and this is happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, have confidence in yourself. So this goes, and this is the Sun, so it goes right along with the King of Fire and being a leader, being motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. So you're being called to have, you know, confidence in yourself, especially if you may have felt sort of weary or kind of scared to take the lead. Whatever you do is going to lead to a happy outcome, you know, so you don't have to necessarily be afraid to take that step. Okay, I'm back. Had to cut the video for a second there. So I think where I left off was the Sun, and I was just making sure that I didn't see anything else in here. I don't think that I do. So we're gonna keep going. Okay. This is very Virgo-ish too, as far as like the interruptions. Okay, so now we have Queen of Sheba, secrets revealed. So I feel like with this King of Fire energy, you're discovering more about yourself, especially like with motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and also with the communicate with vision, like vision. You're trying to figure out what your vision is, where it is, you know, you want to go. Yeah. Secrets being revealed, but I don't feel like this is necessarily something that's been hidden from you, but more so discovery of self. You know, you're being called to lead, you're being called to do all these new things. So yeah, what's being revealed to you is more about yourself. You know, you could, and especially with like the, you know, the what do you call that, reflection. Like when you can reflect on other things, but you can reflect on yourself as well. So I feel like my pile number ones have been reflecting deeply on yourself, especially if you're coming out of the Ten of Air, or I'm sorry, yeah, Ten of Air energy, and you know, you kind of came out of a difficult situation. You are sort of embracing change. You know, that could be like, okay, you know, I came from this spot, I came from here, now I'm here. You know, what it is, what is it that I need to be focused on? What is it that I need to know? Okay. All right. So moving forward, we're going to go to the next card, which is being in the flow. And this is, I am in the flow of the universe. So with that, I feel like, and this is funny. Both of these, this is kind of like rolling in somewhere, like on, well, this figure or this king or whatever is on the dragon, and this person is in like a sailboat, and they're moving forward. It both looks like, you know, progression, moving forward, travel, you know, on the go, movement. And so, yeah, I really feel like it's just for movement. I'm hearing that word progressions a lot. So, yeah, you're going with the flow. Like, no matter what may pop up, you know, you're keeping your focus, if that makes sense. you're not allowing anything to deter you or, stop you, no matter how many interruptions. Literally. And matter of fact, my pile number ones, you could be literally dealing with interruptions here and there. You could be a lot of like annoying little things popping up. So yeah. And this could literally also, like being in the boat and this person being in the sailboat, it could literally mean travel as well. You could be traveling somewhere. All right, we're going to go to the next card. And this is solar plexus chakra. And with the solar plexus, this is all about, this is the third chakra. And it's below your chest, kind of like right at the navel. Excuse me. And this is all about like our self-esteem, pleasure, willpower, personal responsibility. So it definitely goes with, the being, the motivational type energy, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic, having confidence in yourself, building yourself up, especially when it comes to like self-esteem. And in this 10 of air energy, you could have had low self-esteem. You could have been in a low place, but you were able to get yourself out of it. Or you could be interacting with someone who was going through that and they got themselves out of it along with, with their willpower, but also with, the help of you as well as other friends in your friendship circle, if that's the thing, because we do have friendship over here. And I mentioned earlier, and I'm kind of still on this card, but also going to the last card here, but there could, because I see like especially with the recovering from an addiction, I really see someone who came from a dark place, who got help and assistance, because I think it says advice from someone creative, on King of Fire. And this could be like support or, advice from friends or from a family member or family members, plural, coming in to assist you and aid you, to get you the help that you needed to move forward and, progress. And now you're sort of like in this sun energy, so yeah. The last card we have here, friendship. It says, bring to me friendship true, sharing laughter, understanding too. So this is the spell card here. And so, it could just be that, again, I don't necessarily think this is new friendship. I feel like this is like you all, my pal number one, sort of cultivating, strengthening your relationship or your friendships, especially if you may have had a falling out with friends. This could be you all like coming together and sort of reconciling. I think I mentioned that word reconciling because for some reason I heard it earlier. So that, yeah, this could be like a reconciliation of friendships, renewal, sort of airing out differences or airing out grievances and finding a common ground. Again, assisting each other, supporting each other if, one person or one of the friends are struggling and you're sort of pulling together and helping each other out or helping that friend out, or, vice versa. Take it as it resonates and apply it where it needs, where it needs to go. But yeah, so for the new moon, pile number ones, I really feel strongly that you all are going to be really thinking about, your daily life, daily routines, the right-hand path, making sure things are in order, things are in balance, harmony, that type of thing. You could be thinking about, some of you, it don't have to be all of you, but a lot of you could be, contemplating the world, contemplating yourself and your place in the world. What happens, after life, during death, what's the whole transition between that? What does it feel like? You know, does it hurt? Does it not? Um, you know, you could be thinking about karma, reincarnation, your code, you know, your moral code, your ethics. You know, if something is ethical, you know, these are all things that would fall under like a Virgo as well as Libra type energy. So, you know, especially like the moral code, ethics, like the revision, reincarnation, that type of thing. Those types of things would fall under that. And but what would fall under Libra is more so like the order, harmony, balance, you know, friendship, that type of thing. Partnerships falls under Libra as well. So I hope this resonated. Again, I do apologize for all the interruptions. I don't know if you will be able to tell when I upload this video, but I had to break pile number 1 up into a couple of parts. So hopefully it's not too janky when it comes to that. But if this resonated, again, let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know how it resonated, if you feel comfortable doing so. Like the video, subscribe, do all the things. And I will see you next time if this is where I leave you pile number 1. Okay? And now we're going to go to pile number 2. Alright, pile number 2. Let me make a note of where I'm starting. Okay, 10:53-ish. Alright, pile number 2. Okay, so we have the Hermit card here, and this is about spending time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery, and oh my goodness, let me stop, pause. So the eye symbol, right? This is all, to me, when I first saw this this symbol, I was like, okay, I want to use those as a method of you all choosing your piles. And so I wanted to take the time to pause and then like see what stood out for me for all the symbols. So with the eye, it makes me think of the all-seeing eye or evil eye. You know, this is all about, you know, clarity, you know, having a clear vision, especially with this Virgo new moon. You know, communication can be kind of wonky, but also, you know, you could be very much focused, even hyper focused on how you're communicating, or how you're being seen more so, or you could be sort of like looking at others, how they, you know, how you perceive others, you know, what it is they're doing, if it's true or not, especially because people can put up a front, especially when you're first meeting someone, you're putting your best foot forward. So, you know, there could be something surrounding that, like how you know, you could be worried about how you're seen, or how, looking at how you see others, you know, their actions, you know, is it a facade? Is it true? You know, that type of thing. But yeah, evil eye, You know, you could be experience, some of you, not all of you, could be experiencing someone, you know, with the putting the evil eye on you. You know, could be like, you know, a sense of jealousy, envy, that type of thing. Or it could be, you know, someone has their eyes on you for good. I have to take a little sip of my drink. But anyway, yeah, you know, this is all about perception. You know, your perception, how you view the world, but also how others see you. Okay? So that is your focus. Okay? All right. So now let's go to the Hermit card, right? Okay. So, and I'm already seeing something that's kind of odd, or not odd, but kind of interesting. But it all fits. So anyway, so with the Hermit, this is all about spending time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. Okay? So, and it's funny, I mentioned self-discovery in pile number 1. So maybe there could be a message in pile number 1 for you all. I don't know. Just if you feel called to go look at it, definitely go do that. Okay? All right, so Hermit card. What do we know about the Hermit card? It's all about like sort of going within, reflecting, you know, being focused on your studies, spending time alone so where you can, you know, focus on the things that matter to you, getting clarity on certain things. You know, you go in hermit mode so that you can regulate, self-regulate, you know, and it also, yeah, self-discovery. And it's also down here, it says spiritual teaching. So you could be, you know, gaining knowledge, wisdom on things so that you can teach it. So yeah, and then it's, I really feel self-discovery is like a major one, because I mentioned you got the eye on this symbol here, and I really feel like this is like you're trying to figure out how it is you're being perceived, and if you like how you may be being perceived. The same can be in reverse, where you're figuring out if you like what you see around you. You know, do you like the environment that you're in? Do you like the people that you're around? Do you like, you know, is it still working for you? Okay, so yeah. Next we have the Emperor. That is Archangel, I can't even talk. The dang Mercury. Archangel Michael, sorry. This is organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. And it's funny, you got these are two like major arcana cards too. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, organization and logic, very structure and discipline, leadership. This is all very much Virgo-ish. Okay. Virgo is all about structure, order, discipline, you know, leaning into logic. This is all, you know, taking the lead on certain things, especially with the Emperor. This is all about, you know, self-governance, if that makes sense. So, and it falls right in line with self-discovery. So again, you know, you're trying to figure out, you know, where you are, what it is that you need, what it is that you want. You're trying to gain clarity on, you know, what is working for you and what it is that you need to get rid of. Okay? All right, so then we have 3 of air. And it says, this great sadness, take time to heal the need to forgive yourself and or others. Okay, so with this card, the only thing I really get from it, and I'll just randomly, there's a lot of blue, or not blue, oh yeah, blue, but like a purplish blue, violet and purple. Violet and purple is really prominent here. So when I think about purple, it's like, to me, it's like spirituality, also like mental, like mental clarity, that type of thing, you know, divination, intuition, transformation. So whatever self-discovery that you're going through, especially because you have giving birth down here, they can also be like your self-discovery, birthing new ideas, taking the time to really sit with yourself. I'm also hearing shadow work too. Matter of fact, I heard someone mention shadow work earlier, so that's funny. But yeah, getting back to this great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. I really don't necessarily get that there's sadness per se here, especially with abundance being out here. You can't see it, but that's the eye card, the spell card that we got for pile number 2. I really just feel like this is more so like taking time to heal, because again, you have rest and recovery out here as well, which you can't see just yet, and I haven't gotten to that card yet, but it aligns perfectly with the Hermit card as well as this 3 of Air card. I think when it comes to the forgiveness part and the taking the time to heal, you may, part of your self-discovery, pile number 2, is that you may need to forgive yourself for all things that you've accepted that wasn't good for you. Okay? Like just going along with something just because, you know, it kept the peace, you know, it kept things, you know, from being chaotic, that type of thing, or you just accepted any type of treatment from like a partner, a boss, any type of situation you can think of. You could feel the need to forgive yourself for that, because at the time you may not have known better. You know, you may have thought that this was the norm, you know, but now you're more equipped and you've learned that certain things are not good, you know, especially if it's putting you in a bad position or putting you in a bad state of mind and not making you feel good. Then why keep it in your life? You know what I'm saying? So that's part of your self-discovery here. Okay? So now we have Mama Lambo, and this is self-sabotage. Yeah. So with self-sabotage, yeah, I just get that to me it goes with that take time to heal and forgiving yourself. You could have been in situations where, you know, you didn't allow, you know, yourself to have fun. You didn't allow yourself to, you know, appreciate the good, but also like, I'm getting a sense for some of you, you could be forgiving yourself for all the opportunities that you may have let pass you by. That could also be something, because I'm seeing someone maybe like not going for a promotion or a job that they thought they were unqualified for. You know, they allowed their, you know, self-confidence to drop. They didn't have that belief in themselves, and they allowed it to kind of pass them on by. But again, even though, you know, something may pass you by, you learn from it and you grow from it, and then when something else comes along, you go ahead and you go for it. You don't let it stop you. So yeah, especially with this giving birth card here, I really feel like you're coming out of this energy here. And it says, I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. So yeah, you're in a state of rest here, and it's like you're collecting all that information, all that wealth of, that wealth of knowledge. You're building it up. You know, you're learning about yourself. You're doing your shadow work. You're in this state, but you are, you're in a state of rest, but you're getting ready to give birth. Okay. Same with here, rest and recovery. What did I say? From up here, the 3 of Air, as well as the Hermit card. You're in Hermit mode right now, but you're getting ready to get to this stage right here, which is the abundance, the celebration, the cornucopia. I think that's what that is. Yeah. You're getting to the abundance. You're getting to the bag. You're getting to where you want to go. The you know, the tower moment that you may have had. You're going up. Nowhere to go from here but up. And that, okay, so now with great sadness, I mentioned the tower moment. Maybe that could have been a part of your sadness. Now that I'm looking at this, going back to this Emperor card, he has his hand or his arms folded, and he kind of has like a very stern look on his face. And that could also be like an indication of someone being like extremely guarded. Same with here. Kind of has his arms folded. He kind of has like a grimace, kind of like a downtrodden, kind of sad face. So yeah, at first I said I didn't really feel the sadness, but for some of you, it could be like a tower moment that came, especially if it was something that was self-inflicted, or, you know, partially it was your fault, especially dealing with the self-sabotage here. That could have put you in like a great sadness, because I'm getting the feeling of like, you know, maybe despite all the red flags that you saw, despite all of the, you know, alarms going off in your head, you may have given someone a chance, and, you know, by giving them a chance, it puts you at rock bottom, because they as well as you kind of led to the tower moment that you may have experienced. But at the same time, you're right here, you're resting up, you're getting yourself together, you're getting your ducks in a row so that you can get here. Okay, so with this being the end, or with this being at the end, you're right there. And so let me read what it says, because it's a spell card. Okay, and so it says abundance. It says, Goddess of Abundance Divine, let me thrive, let fortune be mine. Okay, I'll read it again for you. Goddess of Abundance Divine. Divine Wisdom, hey. No, I'm just playing. But anyway, Goddess of Abundance, Goddess of Abundance Divine, let me thrive, let fortune be mine. You're here, or you're about to be here. Okay, so pile number 2 for you for this new moon. You know, you're in rest and recovery. You're focused on your self-discovery. Things are being revealed to you. You know, you could have eyes on you. You could have eyes on others. You know, you could be guarded. You could be protecting yourself, but also, you know, you could be just trying to figure out where it is you want to land. Okay, you know, what is it about you that got you to where you are presently? Okay, you're trying to figure out if things are working for you, if what's working, what's not working, that type of thing. Okay, and with all this purple and violet as well as blue, it just makes me really think that, you know, you're very much in tune with your intuition. Spirituality could be a big thing. I believe in pile number 1, I mentioned like moral code and ethics, so that could be a pile that you were attracted to as well. So if it was, definitely go check it out so that you can, you know, get additional messages for yourself. Okay, like, share, subscribe, do all the things. If this message resonated for you, leave me a comment down in the comment section. Tell me how it resonated, if you feel called to do so, or comfortable doing so. Yeah, if this is where I leave you, pile number 2, I will see you next time. Have a good night. Wait a minute. That goes over there. Okay. I know I was doing something wrong. Okay. Pile number 3. Let's see, I'm going to say, I don't know. Oh yeah. Let's say 29, 13. All right, pile number 2, or pile number 3, I'm sorry. That could have been a slip up. Maybe something in pile number 3, or pile number 2 is for you. I already heard listen with your heart, and you have listen down here. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. What is interesting here? Yeah, pile number 3, you might have been drawn to pile number 2 because you have one of the cards down here is harvest, and abundance came out for pile number 2. So if you were called to go look at pile number 2, pile number 3s, definitely go do that. Okay, so pile number 3, you got the alchemy symbol here, and it lets me know that you're manifesting, but also this could be like chaos magic as well, because it's an alchemy symbol. So whatever it is that you're focused on, your thinking, I'm really getting like you're very much focused on your mind and what it is you're channeling. You're very much into like bringing in your thoughts and ideas. You're trying to manifest it into reality. Okay, so that's what I get from the alchemy symbol. All right, so the first card we have out here is Queen of Air. This is independence, experience, realistic, witty. This is about objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you. I mentioned that in pile number 2 as well, because they had the eye, so it was Aussie and I, like you're clearing out, you're trying to figure out what works for you, what's serving you, what's not, that type of thing. Seeing the humor in a situation. All right, so and I mentioned like manifestation. Look how this figure is looking at this crystal ball. So again, you're figuring out how to get whatever it is you're looking at here, whatever you're trying to manifest from here into your reality. You're getting it out of here. Yeah. You could be like also making decisions. You know, there could be like a need to make a major decision. So yeah. Then you have Ace of Air, that right there, and it says brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation. So it's funny, it says seeing the humor in a situation, but also seeing the truth of a situation, and it says a challenging beginning. Interesting. Funny for it to come like from here to here, but I don't really get challenged though. I feel like the energies that you're dealing with this new moon, I feel like it's kind of easy sailing. So I'm not really feeling that a challenging beginning. It could be, especially if you were drawn to pile number 2, then that reading did start off with some heavy energy. So if you were drawn to pile number 2, then it is quite possible that you could have come out of some challenging energy, you know, or had a challenging beginning. But I don't necessarily get that for all of pile number 3s, okay? I really feel like, you know, your ideas, your inspirations are very much a focus for you this new moon, and you are figuring things out and you're manifesting it. Like, and I almost get, especially with this alchemy symbol that you had on the spell card here, it's like rapidly coming through. All right. So then you have 9 of water. Okay, and this is your wish comes true, concerns fade away, a love of life. So again, what did I say? Like, yeah, your manifestations are coming true. Your concerns are fading away. So whatever this challenge was, if any, it's fading away. And you have like a new, I get like a new sense or leash on life, a pep in your step, that type of thing. I know I'm kind of going fast because I have to wrap this up because I have something to go do. Then you have harvest, Abiola, harvest. So yeah, your ships are coming in. Manifestations are coming in rapidly, I feel. Harvest, and then you have planting seeds right here. Seriously. Like, come on now. So this is seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. So yeah, whatever it is your wildest dreams are coming to fruition. Yeah. Like, this all just yeah, like whatever, wow. Whatever it is, your brilliant new ideas, your inspirations, like, it's just like I get the sense of with this new moon, like whatever it is you're trying to bring in, you could speak it in existence, and it's like it happened right away, like the next day, or like a few days from after you spoke it into existence, especially if you believe it with all your heart. And what did I say? Listen to your heart earlier. And then you have listen here. And look at this, like the little sound wave things on the side here. Ma'am or sir. You got it. I'm getting that I'm seeing the magician card, even though they didn't come out here, but I'm seeing the magician card in my mind. Particularly the witch's tarot. It's a brown. Okay, pile number 3. I had to stop for a second. Kind of like the tail end of your reading. I was just at the end, but anyway, I believe where I left off was saying that you had the listen card here, and this is all about like listening to your intuition, like listening to, you know, what it is that you're trying to bring forth when it comes to your manifestation. I don't know, I said I was trying to hurry, but again, something came up. So anyway, but I'm a little bit calmer now, so I can finish and then I can still go do what I need to do. Anyway, so yeah, at the beginning of your reading, pile number 3, I got when I first saw this card come out, and I mentioned, I was like, listen with your heart. So if for you, part of your manifestation, or what it is you're trying to manifest, has to do with romance, right? I believe that you should listen to, you know, your heart, listen to, you know, what it is, you know, you're trying to bring forth. Listen to what it is that you want in a partner. Listen to, you know, what it is, you know, those types of like characteristics that you find appealing in a partner, a potential partner, and go from there. Okay, so then it was saying, or this card says romance, and this is your spell card. It says romance. It is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. Okay, and I'll read it again. It says, romance. It is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. Romance. Okay, so, funny. There's a rose on here, and I have a rose on my shirt. That's funny. I always like to pick up on those little synchronicities and things like that. So, pile number 3. This reading has been topsy-turvy with so many interruptions. But nonetheless, I'm going to put it all together, and it'll probably be like you probably won't even be able to tell that I have some interruptions. But either way, if you do, don't hold it against me. I still make sure to get this reading out for you all, especially, and I think I mentioned before that if you feel called to go look at pile number 2 or any other pile, pile number 1, if you felt, that resonated, go look at that. If you feel that all 3 piles called out to you, definitely, hopefully you listen all the way through, so that you could get support from all 3 messages. Oh my gosh, this, whatever this is still on my shirt, and it's annoying. I don't even know what it is, but whatever, we're not gonna worry about all that. Yeah, so pile number 3, I think that for this new moon, just to kind of wrap things up here, officially for good, I really feel like you are hyper focused on your manifestation, your magic, what it is you're trying to bring forth, harvest. You are planting your seeds. You're listening to what your heart is trying to tell you. You're listening with your ears, but also your heart, because it kind of makes me think right here in the center is like a red pendant that this figure has in this card, and so it really makes me think of your heart, even though it makes me think of your heart too. So you're listening with your heart, you're listening with your ears, but you're also listening with your heart as well. You're trying to, what am I trying to say? It's like your vision is here, right? It's still in the beginning phase, but you're able to see it. You're able to, make it's tangible for you, if that makes sense. Like you're making sense of what it is you're trying to manifest, and with that, you plant your seeds, right? You plant your seeds, and they come, and you're waiting for them to sort of like grow, which this person seems like they're kind of like in wait in a way. So they're trying to see, they're waiting, they're listening, they're focused, they have their eyes on the prize, because this person, I keep wanting to say she, but take it as it resonates. It can apply to across genders. This person seems like they're kind of hyper focused, and they're in wait, they're listening, they're watching, but they're hyper focused. They're laser focused on what it is that they're trying to accomplish. I also heard something just a few minutes. Sorry for that. My allergies always wants to act up when I'm doing this. It says, for the 9 of water here, it says, your wish comes true, concerns fade away, a love for life, a love of life. So with romance right here, I think this is like having a better sense, like you're romanticizing your life, if that makes sense. Like you're taking the time to enjoy yourself more, see the humor in certain situations, not allow, if you do have challenges like with the Ace of Air, you're kind of just letting it roll off your back like water, you know what I mean? And just kind of like, oh, okay, this is happening, but it's not going to stop me from progressing, if that makes sense. Okay, so I just got that little last bit of information, or something to come through, a little mini download there. But I'm going to wrap your reading up, pile number 3. I hope that it resonated, even though it was a little discombobulated with the communication, i.e. Virgo, new moon in Virgo. So there was bound to be disruptions. But again, I hope that this resonated. If it did, let me know down in the comment section how it resonated, if you feel comfortable doing so. Like the video, share the video, subscribe, do all the things. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.